Once upon a time, in a world just like ours, lived a huge tree named Olivia, with numerous branches filled with healthy, green leaves. She did not have any flowers. No flower means no fruit and no future for a tree. Olivia was shy and protective. When animals came to eat leaves, she sent a chemical to those leaves, making them taste bitter. Due to the bitter taste, the animals did not eat her leaves further and moved on to other plants and trees. She was living a happy life, preparing food via photosynthesis and cleansing the air by producing oxygen during the day. Though she helped bring rain to the environment, she was having a thought in her mind every day. It was about her not bearing any flowers. She looks at the bees singing around her neighbor Maria, who is full of flowers and fruits. She longed for the bees' melody to be sung around her. It doesn't mean that Olivia would not have a flower at all. She would bear one flower in her lifetime. That flower would grow up to be a fruit, and then the seeds would grow up into many trees like her. The only sad part is that she would not be able to see them grow. By the time her fruit falls to the ground and the seeds grow up into a plant, Olivia will die. She worries about looking at her neighbor David, who possesses leaves of many colors. She wishes that she is as colorful as David, instead of being all green and boring. The only thing that made her happy was her trunk size. It was huge with a diameter of 60 centimeters, whereas David's was only about 15 centimeters. One day they were all visited by humans. From the look of it, they were looking at every tree and making note of some features. They plucked a few fruits from Maria and put them into their bags. Olivia could not get the complete details, but she heard the words like leaves, color flowers, etc. She stood majestic, showing off her beauty to the person, but the person just looked at her for less than 10 seconds and left, making a note. Olivia thinks to herself, "I am a total waste, there is not much to note about me." A few days later, the same people came to visit them again, but this time they were not alone. They came with some more people, carrying some weapons. Initially, Olivia did not understand what was happening, but eventually, she understood what was happening as the people began cutting down her family members. The person who took the notes earlier was pointing to the trees, and the others began cutting them down. The trees being cut down were all Olivia's siblings. None of them had any flowers in them and were all broad trunks. She could not possibly think of a reason why her family was being butchered. Finally, it was her. A person came towards her carrying an axe. Her inability to move made it easy for the people to cut her down. She was helpless. There was no way she could have escaped from being killed. That is when a miracle happened. The person who had come to cut her down stopped. He looked at her, pointed at something and said something to the other person. They both looked at her and left without cutting her down. That is when she realized that she was bearing a flower. The sole savior. The people had left her unharmed, thinking that she was capable of giving fruits. The thought about their family DNA not having the ability to bear many fruits and the fact that they were broad and huge, made them a target for people. The people did not cut down Maria and her family as they could bear fruits. And David's family as they bore multiple colors that were visually appealing. The people were not back for a few months. By that time, Olivia's flower has transformed into fruit, Jim. Olivia's thought of being killed by the people for not bearing many fruits haunted her. She could do nothing except worry about her fate and the fate of her offspring. Her days of worry were not for very long when a bird snatched Jim from her. There were many trees around her, but the bird's eyes caught Jim. Within a few days, people came to the forest and cut down Olivia as she did not bear any fruit. In the afterlife, Olivia looks at a huge green tree with numerous fruits on it. As Olivia is dead, she looks at that tree confused. She could not understand what she was seeing. She hears a voice say that it is her family after 2,000 years.